Today we're going to talk about bounties.
It's an orange juice.
There's all of these different powders, refined powder, regular powder. It's pretty basic, but all the regular powders are level 1 to 20. And then once your abilities are leveled up, the refined powder is good for abilities from level 1 to 40. Then once your ability is level 40, you can only use pristine powder to level it up, 50 being the max level. For bounties, you usually get 3 attacks per day. In my case, I have 5 because of the season pass. It's insane value. Even though this video is sponsored by Dev Sisters, I genuinely do recommend this. If you play this a lot, there's no reason not to have the season pass. There's a schedule in the bottom right as well for your daily rewards. In case you're wondering where to get all the powders, with this current meta, on Monday, you're going to want charge over ambush. Obviously, everything depends on your abilities and what you need, but charge because Dark Choco, you got to get up really fast. Ambush is good for a Vamp, but Vamp's only good when she's really high level, so that's why charge has a priority. On Tuesday, defense powders used to be good when milk was meta, but right now, licorice, latte, espresso, those 3 use magic powder, and they are super meta. On Wednesday, you don't really need bomber powder unless you're cheesing with cherry cookie and some other cheese. Just trolling with these stuns. Rye cookie is insanely useful for guild battles and everything else. It's so much damage. That's why range powder is going to be better. For Thursday, I personally would prioritize heal because herb's very versatile. Support's very good because pomegranate is really good for healing as well. Then you have Friday and Saturday. They're kind of flex days. But in order of priority for Friday, magic's going to be the best because of licorice, latte, and espresso. Then charge because of dark choco. And then ambush because of vamp cookie. On Saturday, I would prioritize heal for herb, support for palm, and then ranged for rye. Who knows, maybe in the future bomber powders will be meta. Again, it's just a guideline. Just look at what you need. If you're low on something, then farm that. If you know you're going to use a lot of magic powder, farm the magic powders. Sunday is pretty versatile. You get a ton of powders here. So level 3, level 6, and level 9 are the sweet spot. Level 3, you get 5 of every powder. Level 6, you get 4 of every refined powder. And level 9, you get 3 of every pristine powder. It's a little bit less, but it's everything. When you go into the attack screen, there are buffs that I didn't know happened for the longest time. Ambush, you get 1.5 times attack. Healing is 2 times. And charge is 2.5. You can see my dark choco is highlighted and my vampire cookie has a glowing aura below her as well. I'm going to put in herb instead of palm, and now I have all the buffs. Let's do the level 3 real quickie. I'm just going to blast through this level with auto because it's just level 3. Every level is going to be a little different. I like how it has the buffs. It kind of gives you a guideline of what's going to work well, and it actually helps synergies. Oh, it's going to melt just instantly. So with that victory, look at all of these powders on the level 3. Sometimes it will make sense to go on the lower levels. Make sure to go on level 3, 6, or 9. Whatever you can beat at least. 5 of every single powder. That is so money. Let's go to level 6. I'm gonna auto this. My latte cookie's gonna silence the heck out of... Oh wow, they're actually putting up a fight. I don't like this. Vampire in the back. I love how Vampire just one-shots the heck out of everyone. She's got 1.5 times buff. Vampire's almost maxed out, but 936% damage. It's like 1,500%. Oh, almost one shot on the tactician. I love all skill day. It's insane value. 4 of every refined powder at level 6. And then for level 9, I've got all 3 buffs. I'm just going to go on auto on this because I know I barely beat this level 9. I think all of my cookies have to be around level 45 for me to stand a chance here. I'm just going to spam all of my abilities, immediately silence that, take them all out. That back one with that laser deals so much damage. All right, I'm turning off auto right now just so I can activate all my treasures before my abilities. Dark Choco for the minus 20%. Now that the boss is debuffed. Now we go with the latte, the vamp, the espresso. I'm just going to go straight auto now with the perfect sequence. I didn't even go full sweat on that just because I had all the buffs and everything else. Oh, 3 of every pristine powder in the game. I love Sundays. So for reference, on Sundays, the refills to get 3 more battles will cost 1,000 crystals. It's actually not bad of a deal if you need powder. So for perspective, if you refill twice for 2,000 crystals, you'll get 18 of every powders. Compared to the shop for $37, 20 of every powders. I honestly don't think any of these are worth it. For the same price, I could buy 10,000 crystals right now for $40. And I get all of the heroic torches and everything else. Heck yeah, I'm doing it right now, actually. With 10,000 crystals, you can only refill 3 times a day. But let's say you do it every few weeks. With 10,000 crystals, that's 30 pristine powders. Plus all of this. This is more for instant gratification if you really need it. I honestly don't see anyone needing this because experience is the hardest thing in the game to come by. You should be dumping all of your coins into the cookie house to level up immediately. So is it good value to refill? If you're short on an upgrade and you need it immediately, then yes, the refill makes sense. I've been playing for a few months now and look at all the powders that I have. I have no shortage of anything. Given that I did refill magic because I have licorice latte and espresso that I need to sustain. The biggest tip I can give you for that is do not use your powders on any commons, any rares. Use them for only the epics. If you don't have epics in the beginning, I would honestly just hold off. I wouldn't level it up too much. Just a little bit. Use good judgment. Don't be wasteful of the powders on commons and rares. Don't get me wrong, it's good to have commons and rares because the bonds are amazing. I have all these bonds, which by the way applies to every single cookie in my party. So this is plus 180 attack, plus 1000 health or whatever for each cookie. It's worth to star them up, but it's not worth to level them up. Most of my cookies are level 17 and above because you actually get experience when they're farming. Look at that. She's gaining experiences by sweeping. I love it. That's why sometimes you collect things and you hear a level up sound. That confused me for the longest time. Oh, my rye cookie. I'm gonna max out my rye cookie from 11 to 34. Oh boy. And then upgrade the abilities to 12. No. To 34 plus 22% damage. Look at that. With the power of editing, we're back. And I already used all my battles. So for this day, I have the choice of charge powder and ambush powder. This time at level 3, it gives you 7 regular powders. At level 6, it gives you 6 refined powders. And at level 9, it gives you 5 pristine powders. It's a little bit more, but overall less than all skill. And to refill it, it's going to be 300 crystals. It's a little bit more expensive. It's about 14 crystals per all skill powder versus 20 crystal per regular powder here. So while it's more crystal per powder, it's specific crystals that you need. You could argue that you don't need half of the crystals in all skill, so it's not really that worth it to refill. Between charge and ambush, you really only want to look at your epic cookies. I know first world problems. I have all the epics unlocked. I don't see myself using purple yam cookie or werewolf cookie anytime soon. They're not meta. My dark choco is already maxed out, and the only 2 ambush cookies are vampire cookie and chili pepper cookie for epics. I definitely want to max out my vampire cookie by the end of this week. So let's get into it. It's almost the same modifiers. 1.5 times attack for my ambush, 1.5 times HP for charge. Okay, it's not defense this time. He's getting more health. 1.5 times attack for range cookies. I wouldn't stress too much about the modifiers if you're already really strong or you really have a really strong composition. You don't need all 3 boosts. Especially considering that if I put my level 40 Tiger Lily or level 34 Rye Cookie in there, it's going to be a detriment to my party because I know for a fact I can team wipe them with my level 48s and 50s. Oh, look at these wimps. I got this. Easy peasy. Wait, is that the boss? No, that's the mini boy. It's the ones that are behind that really deal damage. This is where my herb comes in handy. Didn't even feel any damage because he's amazing. He heals 21% over 5 seconds. So he basically heals 100%. And it's overtime. That's the best part about this. It's not a one-time heal, so it just constantly goes up. It's boss time. I ain't got nothing on me. I'm full HP on everything. Please, my espresso and latte and dark choco are maxed out. Ain't got nothing on this. Where's that starfish thing still alive? Oh my goodness, concede! So it's the same amount of experience and coins, just like the all powder day, but you're only getting 5 specific pristine powders versus 3 of every powder. But it didn't cost me 1,000 crystals to refill, it only cost me 300 to refill. I only refilled for the video, but I don't actually need pristine powder too much. Just on the count that by the time my vampire cookie reaches level 50, I'm pretty sure I would have farmed more on Friday. But yeah, I've always been curious about if it was worth it to refill or not. Hope that helped. Before we end off the video, Let's see if we can get some latte cookies. Oh no, you only have ginger brave on there? That's the worst pull. That's a weak cookie dough. I don't even... Hey, we got Wait, what? Oh, they're soul stones, right? All of these soul stones. At least we got one cookie out of there. 300 mileage points. That's not bad. What's interesting is that you're guaranteed one rare cookie every 10 draws, and you're guaranteed an epic every 100 draws. I didn't know that. Oh, flashback of the treasures. Squishy. We just got an epic one. I was not expecting an epic in this pull. The probability is 1%. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Dev Sisters for sponsoring this whole video. If you want to download this game, if you somehow don't have it already, but you watched this whole video all the way to the end, you can use the link in the description down below. Thanks for watching. See you around.